What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So in this video we're talking about 12 very specific fragrances. So from time to time I revamp this particular topic, and it's been quite a while since the last time I did it, so you can see some of them here on the side. But these are 12 fragrances that I don't see myself ever stopping recommending to you guys. As long as they're available, I'm gonna bring it up. Even if and when they get discontinued, if they're not crazy hard to find, I'm still going to recommend them because I personally enjoy them and I see them as high function when it comes to fragrances in your wardrobe. So let's talk about these 12. Stay tuned. Starting with one I can't wait to throw in the rotation this summer myself. This is Brioni's Eau de Parfum Eclat. Now, this is not the most impressive of the four currently available in this line, but it's the most wearable to me. It's the most lack of situations, you know what I mean? Like, it's not a situational fragrance where I think you need to dress it up or dress it down or it's too casual or anything. No, it works for everything. This one can be dressed up, dressed down, but it still has, like, there's a little bit of elegance to this. A little bit of a slightly serious demeanor, but still a casual, laid-back feel. It's got some freshness from a clean musk. There's ambrox in here with a bright grapefruit, but there's some elements that kind of reel it back from being too casual, like your olibanum. So you have a light frankincense, a little bit of pink pepper gives it this aromatic, slightly spiced tone. This is great stuff. Above average performance, nothing super strong. It's one of the better kind of citrus dominant fragrances I've come across in a long time. If you're looking for a great clean musk, not a good clean musk, but a great clean musk, you might want to take a look at Brioni's Eau de Parfum Eclat. Next, even with the newest release, the EDT Intense, which I think is a great release for 2024, to me, the most wanted, the original, the Eau de Parfum Intense, the black bottle, is still the highlight of the line. This is still the one I recommend to check out first and foremost across all of the wanted flankers, because it's kind of a subsidiary flanker line within the wanted line, because you have wanted and several wanted named flankers, and then you have the most wanted, and now you have a few most wanted name flankers. But to me, this is the best of the bunch. Toffee sweetness, nice spiciness, warm and ambery. It's a little on the playful side, but still has a sensuality to it. It's a great performer. Even though it kind of gears towards the evenings and dates and such, I think it's totally fine in the cooler weather during the day. This is one I'll continue to let you guys know you should definitely check out if you want to dabble in the wanted line from Azzaro. This is the most wanted EDP Intense. Now, in many ways, a similar vein to Brioni Eau de Parfum Eclat that we just talked about. This one is probably, let's call it top 3 citrus opening of all time. In my opinion, I know that's a strong statement, but it's my opinion. It's Terre Au Givree. The citrus, this grapefruit, citron, whatever the hell it is, I don't remember, is mouth-watering, refreshing, bright, airy and delightful, so cooling on a warm day. And then the woody notes here kind of give that slightly earthed vetiver smell that ties it to the rest of the line. So it still has that Terre d'Hermes smell, but this is the most accessible profile in the bunch. There's zero challenge here in my opinion, but it's not the playful, youthful citrus. It's not like your typical cheaper designer citrus that's just super highly synthetic, which of course not a natural citrus here, but it does smell of quality. It's got some solid performance. I get 6 or 7 hours of longevity out of this one. And like I said, it's so bright and enjoyable. High level versatility for being centered, focused around bright citrus. This is some really good stuff. It's Terre d'Hermes Au Givree. Just one of the most knock your socks off profiles I've ever come across. This is top 5 in my collection. I'm very much responsible, at least partially, for the hype in the online community about this one because I feel like everybody should try it. It's Vertus Vanilla Oud. Man, is this stuff magic. Warm, spicy, burnt vanilla smell, a little bit of funkiness to the oud, loads of saffron. Warm, ambery, airy, but this spiciness, it just adds this rich, cozy feel to this fragrance. Performance is stellar. It's even got a little bit of a booziness to the smell, even though I don't recall any boozy notes being in here. It's just the way the composition comes across. This is an absolute stunner wow factor, impressive fragrance scent profile to me. One that I continue to think everyone should try. I will continue to say so moving forward. And they pop up from discounters anywhere from 100 to 150 bucks. And honestly, anywhere in that price point for this fragrance is great. You don't need a lot of sprays because it's a great performer. Not something for the warmer weather, but you know, early spring or evenings across the board, but fall, winter especially. Man, this is just pure intoxication. It's Vertus Vanilla Oud. In the 1 million line, they continue to drop really good fragrances. I gotta say, they've been on a roll the last several years with the releases. But my favorite, still through and through, is 1 million Parfum, because it ties the original's DNA. You still get that bubblegummy sweetness, spice, you know, very playful but attractive 1 million DNA. But the use of tuberose here, and these solar notes as they call it, gives this creamy sunscreen-like feel that makes this a bit more beachy than you would think from a strong, sweet designer. I've worn this one literally to the beach last summer at the recording of this, and I'll wear it to the beach at some point this upcoming summer. I just love it. Wife's a huge fan of this one too. She loves the entire line. I don't think I've ever put a 1 million fragrance in front of her, except maybe the cologne, which I don't recall her ever commenting on, but every time I've had her smell a 1 million flanker, she absolutely loves it, and this being her favorite. And it's my favorite too, because it stays true to the original and really kind of amps up the richness, the performance, and honestly, that beachy feel that the tuberose and solar notes, whatever solar notes are, provides. That kind of, I'm attributing to what I get from this that is the difference maker to those solar notes and tuberose. That sunscreen feel, I just absolutely adore it. Be mindful of sprays though. On my skin, this stuff is a beast. It's 1 million Parfum. This fragrance is its own vibe check. The feeling that it evokes when I wear this one is why I continue to recommend it. It's not a special scent profile. It's a watery, aquatic, citrus, clean musk, floral. But French Riviera from Mancera is a special feeling when you wear this fragrance, at least for me. I love it. It's its own vibe. It's, like I said, vibe check right here in a bottle. It's a casual, warm summer's day, whether on vacation or not. This is a laid-back vibe. There's no urgency in your movement. It's just smooth sailing throughout your day. That's the kind of feeling this will evoke. If you have that kind of day looking forward and you have this fragrance, this is what I would recommend wearing on such day, because it's just going to enhance the mood, enhance the feeling, the vibe, the nuance of what's going on in your day-to-day life. Above average performance, not a beast, but my favorite fresh Mancera, top 10 in my entire collection. I absolutely love this. I will not stop recommending it. And it's Mancera's French Riviera. Now, even though the newest release in the line is really good, I still think the best Le Beau is Le Beau Le Parfum. Still not that easy to find. It came out 2 years ago. It still doesn't show up all that often. It's not readily available all the time. But when you can get your hands on it, get it. Especially if you like the original. So the beautiful tropical coconut fruitiness, juicy, ripe pineapple smell. Doesn't really have much of a sunscreen vibe, but an aquatic coconut fragrance with some fresh green, soapy florals, powdery sweetness, great performance. You would think something sweet and powdery wouldn't work in the summer, but man, this totally does. Another one, I've worn this directly to the beach and had lunch off the beach in the middle of summer. It totally fits the vibe and the feeling of the beach vacation. It really does, which again, even to me, having spent so much time with it on and off, because I had a 10 ml decant before I had this bottle, yeah, it's kind of strange that it's so sweet, can be a little cloying, heavily synthetic, powdery, but man, it just works on a hot summer's day. It really does. This is a great fragrance. Compliment magnet in my experience. This is my favorite Jean-Paul Gaultier fragrance. Of all the Le Male flankers and the 3 Le Beaux that are currently available at the recording of this, I'll never stop recommending Le Beau Le Parfum. Now this next one was recommended to me by a longtime viewer, moderator on my channel. Shout outs to Joel's Matrix. I love this. This was such a great recommendation by him. This is kind of a modern twist on Polo Green. For any of you that like Polo Green but want something kind of newer style, I would recommend Chopard's Cedar Malaki, and I will continue to recommend it. Even the color scheme kind of goes with Polo. green and gold. But here you're going to lose the tobacco. You still have some green elements, woody nuance, obviously with cedar in the name, a lot of woodiness. Very aromatic, but there's also a nice smoky tone. Like it's bright, but it also has these darker elements, but still very fresh, but not really fresh. I would say airy. Like there's an airiness to it from the aromatic notes. Beautiful fragrance, not crazy expensive. I paid around $70 for this 80 ml. It performs really well. It doesn't come across as overly synthetic and cheap smelling. It's not a playful, youthful scent. It is grown man type of stuff, but it smells a lot more modern, I would say, than something like the original Ralph Lauren Polo, or Polo Green as it's been dubbed over the years. This is something I would recommend actually over that, for as much as my lifelong love that I have for Polo Green. This is the one I recommend you check out. Chopard Cedar Malaki. Now this is just a fun fragrance. It's bright, it's uplifting, and it still perplexes me how they captured gin and tonic without juniper, gin accord, or tonic water. It is Micallef's GnTonic. This is such a fun release from them in 2023. This was one of my favorite releases in 2023. Great looking bottle. And then on top of that, it's a great smelling scent. Average to slightly above average performance. 6 to 8 hour range in longevity for me. But it's crisp, it's spicy, it's juicy, it's full of lime. Very bright in the top. And it smells like gin and tonic. But again, when you look at the note breakdown, it's like, where does this come from? However they blended it, it totally works. This is a great fragrance that I would highly encourage you checking out. It's my number 2 from the brand behind their newest release, Desir Toxic L'Intense. I just absolutely adore that. But if you're looking for a great niche freshie, man, I'm going to continue to recommend this one. And that's Micallef's GnTonic. Now their newest release, I would argue, might be their best because it's just so spicy. But when in doubt, tried and true, to me, if you want a great designer fragrance that's just beautiful in the evenings and you like a little bit of a leather accord, Emporio Armani Strong With You Leather, absolutely worth checking out. I'm still a huge fan of this one. It's my number 2 behind their newest one, Strong With You Tobacco. Just the intense spiciness really wins me over with that one. Slight earthy tone to the tobacco. Still has this same DNA as this one. This has a supple, kind of soft brown leather accord to it. Mixed with the original, that roasted chestnut, toffeed sweet cinnamon spice. This is just a beautiful fragrance. Great performer. I would recommend checking this one out. If you're going to check out anything from this line, in my opinion, 3 of the best is definitely the new one, Tobacco, this, and Absolutely. You can't go wrong with any of them, really. All the way down to like Intensely, still a huge hit for people. It's super sweet. But if you want to dial back the sweetness just a touch and add some leather, I think this is the way to go. I'll continue to recommend it as well. It's Strong With You Leather. A citrus aromatic fougere style fragrance with a couple modern touches like Ambroxan, for example. But if you like, juicy lemon, citrus, greens, and lavender, just that timeless, masculine, barbershop-like style, Jacques Fath's Vertus. We're starting to get into Vertus weather. That's why I'm wanting to talk about this one and recommend this one to you guys. And I mean, the best magnetic caps in the game. I haven't come across better. I mean, this is a strong, aggressive magnet, and these are heavy, heavy caps too. Jacques Fath, they don't play around with their caps. Great atomizer, great bottle presentation, has the unique, distinctive look to the brand. Quality oils, great performance. You can find them for a really good price. I paid under $50 for this 50 ml when it was in stock at Fragrance Buy. I didn't check to see. I'll have a link below. I didn't check to see if it was in stock, but if you like fragrances like your Eau Sauvages and Xerjoff Fiero, Raja Parfum Scandal, if you like that style, you want to add a little bit more of a modern twist, you might want to look into this. Very complex note breakdown, but nothing crazy nuanced, but obviously it's not a linear fragrance either. I think this is good stuff from them. Underappreciated is Vertus from Jacques Fath. Last but not least, I know it's not for everybody, but man, is this intoxicating. Oh my God. I had a clone of it first, and you might need to go with Emir Rifakat because this is pricey, and it is close, but if you want the quality, you want the magic, you want the true experience, YSL Babycat, need to get a decant. You need to try it. You're going to end up wanting a bottle more than likely. It's incredible. This is a magnificent, dark, resinous, woodsy, smoky, and spicy vanilla-based fragrance. Oh, God, this is so good. Perfectly unisex. It does have its masculine tones. It does have its feminine tones. It kind of meets in the middle. Is perfectly unisex for anyone to enjoy that wants to smell to the nines. I mean, this is just top tier stuff in my opinion. Quality's on point. The blend is magnificent. The scent profile just is, it's some sexy stuff. Let's just call it what it is. I can't stop recommending this, and it's crazy expensive. It really is. 75 ml like this is like mid 200s up to $300 price point. It's expensive stuff, but man, is it worth checking out. This is such a great fragrance that I will not stop recommending because it needs to be experienced. It's Yves Saint Laurent's Babycat. Well, that's the 12 that I have for you today that I'll never stop recommending. And until next time, do me a real quick favor. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, because I do appreciate all the feedback and I love hearing from you guys. What have you tried that's in this video? I'm very curious on your thoughts on it. Definitely let me know down below. I'll try my best to have some links down below, like Babycat, for example. That's pretty hard to find. It's not the easiest fragrance to come across, but I'll see what I can do. And until next time, I will say if you get your hands on any of these 12 that I'll never stop recommending and you give them a spray now, you might end up thanking me later. Have a good one, guys.